Hello and welcome to another.
Not too bad, not too bad. We'll see how this week goes.
Yeah, I know we didn't have the greatest game week, but we'll get right into it. Before we get started on the Game Week 27 review and look at Game Week 28, this podcast was brought to you by Footsapp. Footsapp is a great app to organize and schedule your football league with your friends, basically taking the WhatsApp out of football management. And with the quarantine ending soon, it's a great time to download and get on the app. So with that being said, we will move on to our Game Week 28 and Game Week 27 review. So Hammer, how did the week go for you?
It went, didn't go, it wasn't the best. I think KDB was the highest points earner. I can't remember, but I had Gundogan as my captain, so it wasn't too bad. He did score a goal. But yeah, overall, I didn't have Stones. I didn't have anyone in my team that got me double digits.
You had Bale though, no? So
yes, yeah, I did have Bale. Yeah, I did have Bale. But yeah, I didn't have Kane. I think a lot of people captain Kane.
It was an interesting week. Lots of big scores, I guess. So started off with some big scores, and then sort of dwindling down near the end. But yeah, for me, sort of the biggest miss was not having Kane. And it sort of started off really bad because I did have Danny Ings, and he got injured 13th minute. So James Ward-Prowse stole both of his penalties. So it could have been a much better week, and I wish I did bring in Kane, but sort of ruled myself out of that pick for now.
Did you have any Chelsea players?
No, I did not, and I'm happy I didn't, just because if I did have one, it would have been Rudiger, and he got rested.
Yeah, he didn't play.
So it was I think that was just a temporary move, just because they brought in Zuma to deal with Calvert-Lewin in the air. But I think long term, it's probably going to be Rudiger or even Thiago Silva probably when he's back. But
yeah, because it seems like he likes Rudiger. But yeah, I feel like this week told us a lot about how to proceed for the next 4 weeks. Did it give you an idea of what you want to do with your team?
Yeah, I have an idea. I mean, it hasn't been going to plan. So, I mean, but I've been trying to stay loyal to it. I mean, during the week, when these games go on, I always want to rage transfer, but thankfully, as of now, I haven't done that yet. And I'm hoping to get, as we go through this discussion, a bit more certainty on my picks for the week.
So let's go to the next slide, and then we'll take a look at what we think you should be doing going forward. So I guess the first point is the blank game week, right? Game week 29. Everyone's planning for that game week. Do you have a strategy in mind?
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at it for quite a bit of time now. I mean, I think only 2-3 weeks ago, the Spurs Villa fixture sort of got placed in permanently there. Yeah. So I've been trying to target having Villa players and Spurs players. So I got Martinez last week. I had Son already, and hopefully going to have Kane either this week or next week for that fixture. And I am holding a wild card, so I can go a bit more sort of dump my team for that week. And then wild card either 30 or 31. So I'm really trying to aim my next at least 2-3 transfers towards Game Week 29. So either Villa, Spurs, and Leeds are the main 3 teams I'm targeting.
So your plan is go all in 29 and then wildcard after 29. Don't wildcard before 29.
Yeah, 100% don't wildcard before. I think, it doesn't really make sense, especially with no concrete sort of fixtures announced for there's more doubles coming. So you might as well just wait till that's sort of finalized. There is also another blank, I think, in 32, 33. So you sort of want to plan for that as well. But at this point, it wouldn't make sense to wildcard in 28 or 23.
Yeah, so you did mention that you want to get Kane and Bale. So are you going triple up on Spurs, Kane, Bale, and Son? And if so, you're dropping Salah?
So yeah, we were speaking about this earlier. I mean, I've done rage transfers in the past, but very rarely do they work out. And I don't want to chase I mean, my rank is so diminished right now, anyways. But you generally the most effective strategy is not always to like chase points. If you lose one week, you're hoping the next week it's that momentum doesn't continue. Like with Spurs, they do have a tough fixture, so I mean, I always also look at the fixture too. Although the form is great, I do have coverage for Spurs, so I'm not really looking at emptying my team on Spurs assets. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. But my team structure it would weaken a lot if I brought in Bale and Kane.
Yeah, but can you afford to leave them behind? Because the last 2 weeks have been crazy for Kane, Bale, and Son. Like if you had them the last 2 weeks, you were laughing, right? Like that's the way I see it, at least from my team.
I know, and I agree with it. But there's obviously the other side of it. It was what do I have to sacrifice to bring them in, and I mean, I would really have to either take out Gundogan, take out Cancelo, take a -8, and just bring in 4.5s all around to bring in Kane. Or the easier route is just Salah for either Bale or maybe like one of the maybe a KDB if I wanted to, but then I already have 3 City, so I'd have to drop Gundogan, take a -8. So I've really trapped myself out of an easy way to get Kane. So, and I just like the Wolves fixture for Salah. I feel a lot of people are going to empty Salah or take him out, and I don't want to do that. So I do plan to bring on Kane, and I think I can hold out for one more week. What about you? I know you probably went the other way with it.
Yeah, so when I look at the Wolves picture, I still think Wolves are pretty good. Like at least defensively, they can't score goals, but they can defend. So when I look at Salah, I think I at this point I think Klopp knows he's not making top 4. He might be trying, but it's going to be hard. He might be more focused on the Champions League. So I can see one of Salah or one of Mane getting benched from time to time. So I find it very risky. And then after that, they have Arsenal and Villa, who are also pretty good. So for me, I think I'm going all in on Gameweek 29. I'm taking out Salah, going in for Kane. I brought in Kane already. I took out Salah. I already had Gareth Bale, right? I brought in Aubameyang. Luckily, I had some cash on hand, so I could afford Kane and Aubameyang, right?
And you still have your wild card, right? So,
and I still have my wild card.
Worst comes to worst, Salah comes to life again, you can always bring him back.
So after Game Week 29, if we see that Salah's coming up again, then I can always bring him back. But yeah, so the way I see it, you have to plan for Game Week 29, because I feel like a lot of people who have already used the wild card, they can't go all in on 29 because then they're stuck with the same team in Game Week 30.
Yeah,
-1 transfer. If they take a -4, then 2 transfers. Right, so they're stuck and they have to make big moves if they want to get rid of their big guys. The same way you're saying, you got to get rid of 4 guys to bring in a Kane or a KDB.
Yeah,
it's the same for a lot of people who will go all in on Game Week 29 without the wild card. So if you have a wild card, that's the best strategy. Forget about the guys that aren't playing. Go all in.
So if you were to suggest, let's say, a tandem of Spurs players, would you say Son and Kane or Bale and Kane? I guess
I'm leaning Bale and Kane only because they're the 2 playing up top, right? Son playing a little bit further back, so I'm leaning Kane and Bale. But there's a chance that Bale gets benched and Son plays.
Well, actually, I think I had that concern too, but I think Bale was benched today, so there's a higher likelihood he will probably play.
Yeah, there you go, right?
So there's even more reason to bring him in. So I mean, if my team allowed for me and I didn't just have to destroy my team, and something about me just wants to keep Salah, it's not the advised move. But I think I'll be more hurt if I don't have him.
If Salah doesn't perform.
Next week I'll take him out, because he blanks. I have no issue taking him out. And I can decide what to do then.
But if he does blank, everyone's after you. It's because you still have him. That's why he's not performing.
I mean, there's a high chance of it. I sort of have that curse right now, but I looked at my team. I'm just like, I have to break up too much to really bring in Kane. I just don't want to drop Salah, and I've sort of made that decision now. I mean, there could be a slight chance it changes if I get team news or something that leads me the other way. But right now, it's looking like Salah is gonna have to stay in my team.
Yeah. So I guess that's the point right now. So Salah technically seems like a differential. KDB seems like a differential. Are you looking at any other players that to you think might be differentials going into the next 2-3 weeks?
So yeah, I mean, I know the issue is like, even if you look at strikers or the mids, right now there's the big names. I know KDB has sort of come up now, Aubameyang sort of come up as well, but the big names aren't always in form. And what I've been trying to target is maybe someone who's playing in 29, and other than Kane, and who are the other big teams that are playing other than Kane, and maybe like what was that? Sorry?
Maybe Leeds.
Yeah, maybe Leeds. There's not that much attractive fixture. So I'm actually looking at Ollie Watkins. I know he's like a very not the most favorite. He's not the most clinical, but if you saw last game, he did get a lot of chances. He shot off the post a bit. His partner Grealish is coming back. Probably not this week because I think he got a flu or something. But more for the Spurs fixture, he may be back. So I just like those two fixtures versus an Antonio, where he has Man United and then I think Arsenal. So those are a bit tougher. That's who I'm targeting, just because, I'm obviously looking at Gameweek 29 guys, and I think Ollie Watkins against Newcastle is a good fixture to sort of target versus Antonio versus United.
Is Watkins against Spurs, right?
Yeah.
So Watkins against Spurs in Game Week 29, right? And Brighton against Newcastle. Do you see anything happening there?
Yeah, Brighton. Brighton is an interesting one, actually. The good thing about Brighton is they sort of have like a set formation in terms of at least their defensive line. I think Lamptey has been ruled out for the year. So, I think it's Veltman, and then they have Dunk, and then who's the other guy they have?
Burn and Solly March.
Yeah, Solly. Okay, exactly. So I think if you're going to attack Brighton, and those are really two good fixtures they have. Up next, who do they have? They have Southampton. Yeah, exactly. Southampton and Newcastle. So if you're going to target Brighton, you want to get either a Veltman or a Dunk to really attack, because they have had, especially Veltman, he has had a lot of attacking sort of created chances. So I would really sort of target a defender if you're looking at that fixture. But attack-wise, neither of the teams I would really look at.
So big question for all the Sanchez owners out there. Do you still have Sanchez on your team?
Yeah, I do, but
Are you starting
I also have Martinez, and I'm going with Martinez.
So there's good news. Sanchez on the bench. Everyone can start Sanchez.
Yeah, I have the Sanchez curse, it seems like. So if you want to pick, I would go Sanchez. But if you have Martinez, I don't know. He's just too much of a save and bonus magnet that I couldn't come to.
Yeah, at this stage, we've all seen how many points he keeps gathering each week. You would want Martinez in your team, regardless of who he plays against.
Yeah. What about you? I guess you've made your 3 transfers, you said, right, this week?
Yeah, so my plan is to get Kane in. I got Kane in already. I got Aubameyang in, right? Now I'm going to take a look to see what else I can do. The only person I'm not moving from my team is Bruno Fernandes, because I don't think I can get that value back if I get rid of him. But everybody else is up for moves. So I think
that was sort of the move. Sorry to interrupt, but that was, I guess, the big debate, right? Salah or Bruno, who did drop, right, last week?
Yeah.
And most people, I think, maybe it was split fairly even, but I still think most people went for Bruno. And it sort of, backfired. But the thing with Bruno is his value. It's much harder to, afford him to bring him back versus Salah. I don't think his value has gone up that much.
Yeah, I think even if you look at the form, right? If you look at the form over the last few weeks, Bruno is still 4th in the league, right? The last 3 weeks. Yeah, Bruno's still fourth in the league. Salah's nowhere in the top 20 in terms
Yeah,
of
like in the last 14 games, I think there's a stat. He's got 4 returns. So 4 goals in the last 14 games, which
but
for 12 million is horrible. Like
that's insane, right? But I think the way people think about it, right, and I do too, is Man United aren't an attacking side.
Yeah.
So do you want a player who, yes, he gets in on stuff, but you're not sure if he will in Bruno, or someone who's always in front of the goal in Salah, right?
Yeah.
And I think most people end up leaning towards Salah because it's Liverpool. They'll attack, they'll score 5 goals. But the thing is, we haven't seen it, right? We haven't seen it from them. And sooner or later, you have to then, just accept it and say, you know what, this guy's done. He's the anchor for my team. Let me take him out. But, our pundit Kazim says, don't take him out. So
no, I mean, it depends what your strategy is, right? If you're more of like, you're on the offensive right now. Obviously, you make the move, you take him out, you spread those funds much better than what I'm doing right now. And I should be on the offensive, but it's just always been my style to like play a bit more defensive. And I just can't bring myself to do it, especially that Wolves fixture. Wolves, I think the 3rd worst defense in the league. As much as you think that they have a solid defense, lately they have had games where they conceded, and I just think this is something where Salah needs to prove himself. He scored in Champions League. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Someone in our league did remove Salah for Lingard. I won't mention who because the name's not worth mentioning.
You probably won't get this far in the video, but he is a Liverpool fan too. So, I mean, if that says anything, if a Liverpool fan is removing Salah, I think that just shows you how much faith they have.
Yeah, and it's Salah for Lingard. So just a context there. All right. Let's move on to the next slide. I guess we'll review the coming week. All right, it's a game week 28. So based on the team you have, who are you looking at as your captain?
So game week 28, I'm going Bruno. I know we just spoke about it, like they don't look most attacking, but there's not like a standout fixture really that's like, you could say maybe KDB or Gundogan if you think against Fulham, but Fulham have sort of become more solid. So for me, it's Bruno, just given his, chances that he can actually get a penalty, a free kick, and just clean up bonus. I'm going for that. And with Lingard out, I just feel like West Ham may not be as creative, and United going to have that momentum from the City win.
Yeah, so I know we always say, your differential is already your differential. Don't go captaining the differential. So Salah's your differential right now. Since a lot of people are getting rid of him, are you looking to captain him maybe?
Yeah, there's a chance, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I am trying to hedge my bets that even if he blanks, at least I didn't captain him, right? Because there's still a doubt in me that he's in bad form. Why do I want to captain a guy who's not in form? I could, go double or nothing and just go all in on Salah, but I'm, as much as I still believe in him against Wolves, I don't believe in him. Maybe he'll get 1 goal and I'm okay with that. But if I take a -4, then that's even more that other guy I bring in has to get. So that's why I don't want to captain him. And I'm going Bruno, and I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, that's right. I think Bruno against West Ham is a good bet too. They did score 4 against West Ham last time, and that was after Bruno came in at halftime and created like 8 chances in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So he has a good track record against West Ham. But the game I'm looking at actually is the London Derby, right? Spurs Arsenal. I think that game could be high scoring, especially since Spurs lost last time. So they'll be out for some revenge. So I'm leaning Kane. But I think the favorite bet this week will be Bruno. But like you said, we're relegation battlers, so we need to make something.
We need to make something, take a bit more of a risk. But I like the Kane move. If I did have Kane, I would probably do that too. I just really like my team right now. I have to take a -8. I know I shouldn't be playing defensively, but
-8 is still a lot. Yeah,
-8 is a big risk to always take, especially the guys I would bring in. I still don't feel confident enough that they'll perform.
All right. Do you have any final thoughts for this week or going forward? Any players you'd recommend watching at least before deciding?
Yeah, I think I guess the big ones I'd look at. I mean, these aren't the most like attractive, sexy players, I guess, but I think if you see Veltman is one I've been eyeing. I know he's like not highly sort of talked about, but I feel like right now it's coming to the last 10 weeks of the season. You really want to target the teams that are fighting for something, right? Mm-hmm. So you could argue the top 4 teams, if they have a good fixture, you want to sort of look at those. But Brighton, like they've been sort of dragged into a relegation fight. They have 2 really good attractive fixtures coming up. So if you need an enabler, I would sort of invest in one of their defenders because there are 2 really good fixtures.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning with you the same way, Brighton. But I say keep an eye on Leandro Trossard to see how he does this week. And if you need him for Gameweek 29, he could be a good differential. But I'm also saying don't forget Leeds. Like if you still have Bamford, that's solid. Try and get Rafinha, and he's been doing really well. But keep an eye just in case if there's any injuries or anything. But yeah, those are the 2 teams I'd be looking at for Gameweek 29 as differentials. So yeah.
Yeah, and the Friday deadline, or there is a Friday deadline, so make sure you get your teams in either tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, good luck, and hopefully see you guys. Hopefully you have a full cast next week.
Yeah, then just make sure you get them in tonight instead of tomorrow. Don't think of it at 2 a.m. at night. Yeah. All right, guys. Good luck.